Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be bringing awareness to Lyme disease. It is currently May and May is the Lyme disease awareness month. So you might not know, but Lyme disease is when you get stung or bit by a tick, and then sometimes you get Lyme disease as a result of getting bitten by a tick. A tick is basically like a small spider-like animal that usually they love gardens, forests. If you do horseback riding, you might be exposed to it. Yeah, they love the outside, and sometimes they bit people. And if you have animals, like for example a dog or a cat, they are also very likely to get exposed to ticks and get bitten and get illnesses from it. And so Lyme disease is, yeah, you get bitten by a tick, and the thing with the bacteria that the tick gives to your body is that this little bacteria or virus. I'm not sure actually what it is, if it's a bacteria or a virus, but it enters your body and it's like they're holding a big sign that says, "Do not eat me," to the body. So the body is like, okay, I can't eat you. So I'm not going to what was that? So, wait, what happened? Okay, so I'm sorry. Anyways, the tick will, the body will not care about this new foreign body in their own body, if you understand what I mean. And that is why people are more often than not stuck with Lyme disease later. And so what happened with me in my case is that I got bitten by a tick. I live on the countryside now. I'm a city girl, but yeah, I moved to the countryside in the pandemic, and yeah, I got bitten by a tick in September 2023. And so what happened is I got a bullseye rash, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's a rash that is like bullseye, and it's around where the tick bit you. So it's like, here's the bite, and then there's your normal skin, and then there's a bigger rash if you want. And it's all red. In my case, it was black. I was so scared at first. I thought it was maybe my pants discoloring on me or something else, but it wasn't. And so I went to the doctor. I said, "Hi, doctor, what's going on?" And they were like, "You're one of those people who bruise easily, right?" And I said, "Yeah, I am." And so first he thought that it was a bruise, and I said, "No, but it doesn't hurt like this." I don't remember if it actually hurt. It was a long time ago now. And I'll also say why I don't remember. Anyways, I said, but my dad actually told me that this looks a lot like his bullseye rash that he had when he had Lyme disease, which is also called borreliose in the languages that I speak. But I, just for to be funny around it, I always say it's or aurora borealis. Anyway, it's not funny. But yeah, I told that to my daughter, and he was like, "Yeah, I doubt it." And I was like, "What do you mean you doubt it?" And so he proceeded to actually Google in front of me, borreliosa. What does it look like? And I was like, "Are you joking with me right now?" Anyways, then he was like, "Yeah, I think you have that." So he gave me medicine for days, whatever. And so I was feeling violently sick. I was um, it was like I thought I had COVID for some moment, but it turns out it wasn't COVID. It was actually Lyme disease, and I think that was like the worst kind of flu I've ever experienced. I was coughing. I had fever like for 2 weeks, and after that happened what I would later experience, which I still experience. And so when I got out of those 2 weeks of flu, I started to experience something that I've never experienced before, and that is memory loss. And you might think, well, memory loss is normal, sometimes you forget things. No. And I've come up with like the perfect way to describe how memory works. So normally when you forget something, it can go like 1 or 2 minutes tops if you forget something, and then you're like, oh yeah, that was Tom Hanks or something, whatever you were thinking. But I've come with like a little image so you can see what I'm talking about when I experience memory loss now. So when someone forgets, or when someone is trying to remember something in their mind, think about like a DJ at a nightclub, I don't know, Saint-Tropez or Monaco. He is, working up the beat and about to drop, the beat, drop the beat, drop the beat. And, so it goes like, and then drops it. And what happens when I don't remember anything is that the DJ is working on that beat, like normal. And then instead of dropping it, it's completely silent. And everyone in the club is just looking at each other like, what are we waiting for? What's going on? Where's the music? And yeah, that's like the best way I can describe kind of how it feels. Now I am relatively young. I don't know. In my opinion, I am young. And so I don't think like memory loss like this is, age appropriate for my age. But yeah, who am I to judge? Anyways, I also combined with that, I also experience joint pain. And so my knees are the ones that are the most in pain when I am in pain. But it can also be other articulations. So for example, my elbows or my shoulders actually. And it always makes sounds when I do this. Anyways, but so I have just told you what Lyme's looks like for me. Oh, and also I forgot the last thing because I forget things. The last thing that I also have as a combination of things, I suffer also from fatigue from time to time. So sometimes all I can actually bear to do is go to work and sleep. And even though it's just I don't know, 3 hours of work or something, I can be so tired that I go to sleep right after, which is absolutely not normal or good or okay at anyways. So yeah, those are my symptoms of Lyme. And and just a last little thing about that is that Lyme disease is also something that not all doctors believe in, and my doctors actually don't really believe in it. And which, I mean, my doctor, I really need to find another doctor because he makes me feel like a hypochondriac. And no shade to people who are hypochondriac, I absolutely understand, but I am deeply scared of doctors. And so whenever I have to go to the doctors now, I always write down a list, and he's like, well, you're a hypochondriac for writing down things. And I'm like, no. Anyways, Those are my symptoms of Lyme's disease. And now I'm going to say why I'm saying it's my symptoms. It's because the symptoms are different from people to people. Well, not exactly, but there are many strains of Lyme disease. Yes, you heard that right. So there are people who, for example, their half of their face will freeze, like it's paralyzed. There's that. There are so many symptoms, and it's all like so different. And my like solution, if I was the inventor of Lyme disease, I mean, why is it called Lyme disease when you don't even turn green? Hello? I could look like Alphaba? No. Anyways, that would be like, because it's an invisible illness, and like people, when I say, oh, I'm sick, people are like, you don't look sick. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Um, yeah, it sucks. It's invisible. But yeah, so maybe it should be called something else instead of Lyme disease, because limes are green. And if people saw that I was green, people would be like, oh, she has Lyme disease, or she's excited about Wicked. I don't know. Anyways, that would be my solution for that. Of course, there are many like famous people that are dealing with Lyme disease. So I do kind of have like role models when it comes to um, other people living with this disease. It feels more likely, more or less. I mean, it feels more or less that the illness is always sleeping in my body, like being dormant, in REM. I don't remember the word, but it feels very like, and it comes back. It's dormant. But yeah, Avril Lavigne has had or has Lyme disease. I don't know if she's cured. You can be cured, but most of the time it will just linger around. Anyways, Bella Hadid and I believe also Gigi Hadid and of course Yolanda Hadid has Lyme disease. I'm sorry. Maybe also Anwar, but I'm not sure. So yeah, in a way, I connect a lot, like spiritually too, with Bella Hadid because I think we have a lot in common, and also I understand like her way of creativity because, well, I don't know what kind of Lyme disease she has, but my Lyme disease makes it that I feel like completely absent in my own brain, and then creativity will hit me like very hard, and then I'm like, oh my god, I need to do this and this and this. And maybe that's how Orbella was born, but I don't know because I haven't talked to her. So if you're watching this, Bella Hadid, tell me. And also, one time I went to the doctor and said, hi, I have memory loss, and they literally told me, oh, just do some Sudoku and your brain will feel better. I mean, they're not wrong. Sudoku is healthy. It's good to use your brain on something like that, but at the same time, how is that going to cure Lyme disease? Which, by the way, if you don't know, does not really have like a 100% this is going to cure you thing. So, at the moment, I am trying out several things and yeah, trying to rest as much as possible and trying to be so conscious and so like good to my body as possible, but it's not always fun. So there's that. If you want like any like tips or like a more in-depth video on what I am doing to prevent like the worst days to come back into my body with the Lyme disease, feel free to ask. I'm kind of an open book on all of that. And if you know anyone who deals with Lyme disease, whether it's my kind where they have, cognitive issues or another type where I don't really know. There are so many like variations of Lyme disease that I kind of understand the doctors being like, well, we don't want to what is this Lyme disease too, you know? But yeah, there are so many variations, so just take care of them. And if you can, you know, ask them, do you want to come eat dinner at my place? Of course, ask them if they're on some protocol or something so that you don't make them food that they're not supposed to eat or anything. But yeah, take care of the people around you who has Lyme disease. And although I might seem like very high energy right now, I promise that the rest of the day has not been like this. And then yeah, it's what 10-20 minutes of like being very high energy, and we'll see what the rest of the day will look like. I've heard a lot of people who has Lyme disease also talk about like spoons. Spoons is something you can find in chronic illnesses, because Lyme disease is more or less a chronic illness. Depends. And that's where, like, when you wake up, you have this and this much energy, like spoons. And like eating takes 2 spoons, and then like energy wise, and taking a shower take 3 spoons. I don't know if you understand what I mean, like that, but yeah. And I think in my case, like on my bad days, I absolutely have like spoons, and I have to think, okay, do I have enough energy to like even go down? Do I have enough energy to do something? Or, you know, yeah. But really, truly, for me, it is hard to, like, at the moment, I'm having problems remembering things. And the other day, I could not even remember if I had eaten that day, which, you know, I could feel on my body. I was trying to like feel, like, have I eaten? Like, yeah. I don't remember. I don't remember doing things. I could be like washing the floor. I go upstairs, I go downstairs again, and I'm like, oh, I should wash the floor, you know, kind of like that. I could, what do I forget? It's like horrible. It's like, oh yeah, like movies. I'm like, oh, can we watch this movie? And it's like, we watched that movie like last month. And I'm like, no, we didn't. And then we did. Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah. Anyways, I wanted to bring awareness to Lyme disease, and I'm still angry that we don't turn green. Hello. That would make a lot more sense to the name, at least. I'm sorry, I'm being silly about this, but I'm just trying to find something to make fun of. Yeah, it sucks. It is a real sickness, Lisa Rinna. It's not Munchausen. And yeah, I am going to go now. Thank you so much for watching this video about Lyme disease. If you have Lyme disease, I'm so sorry. If you have cured yourself from Lyme disease, I am a little jealous. Not jealous like in a bad type, but just like envious. I want the same. But yeah, have a beautiful day, and I hope I remember to post this. Okay, bye bye.